YouTube, Curtain6693 here to bring you gaming, anime news, as well as anything that I find interesting. Today I want to have a spoiler-free review of Splinter Cell Blacklist. I know the game came out a few days ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken, last Tuesday. I've had a couple of days to play it. I haven't beaten it yet, but I think I am getting toward the end. Which is, I'm going to make another video, which I'll talk more in depth about the story and stuff, but I just want to give a spoiler-free review. And for those of you who just want the straight answer off the top, I'll tell you this game. If you're a hardcore Splinter Cell fan, this is the game for you. Most definitely. While it's not perfect, I would say this is the game for you. Now, to give you a more detailed, I'll just give you the premise. I won't tell you the story, but I'll give you the premise. So basically, after the events of Conviction, President Caldwell, she disbands Third Echelon because of his corruption, and then she reboots it as Fourth Echelon, and I'm not mistaken, Anna Grimsdottir is leading it, with Sam coming in and pretty much being the field agent, pretty much being the top agent. And you also have teammates such as Briggs, who was once part of the CIA. You also have Charlie, and then you also have he's like a tech expert, and then you have Anna, who pretty much knows the information stuff. And basically, this terrorist known as the Blacklist, or the engineers, they're doing these series of attacks called the Blacklist against just different parts of the world, and just wrecking shit up. And I don't no, I can't say without getting to the specifics, but yeah. So basically, it's saying we have to stop them. Now, I will say some of the pros of the game is it brings back a lot of the old features that were in the previous Splinter Cell games. It brings back hiding bodies, whistling to attract enemies. It brings back all the old stuff, cameras, sleeping gas, tear gas. It has a new weapon called the Tri-Rotor, which is like this little airplane little thing that you can fly around, and you can fire sticky shockers at people. You can also upgrade it to do other things. But it's really nice. It brings back a lot of the old features. It feels a little bit more like the old Splinter Cell, but at the same time, it also feels new at the same time. You can tell that even though there is a lot of the old things in there, there's also a lot of new material. There's like I said, like some of the new weapons. There's the levels are so different. I'm thinking about like 8 or 9 missions in, and I can tell you the levels are so different. Every level feels different. Not one level feels the exact same. You going from prisons to mountainsides to private estates, to train yards, to sewers, to mines, everywhere. Then there are plenty of side missions. There are plenty of missions to cover. Like, I've been playing the game straight for like a week now, and I am still just going through missions. It's crazy. There's a lot. There's a lot to this game. Okay, but yeah, it's a good game. It brings back some of the old hardcore physics. It has a new higher difficulty called Perfectionist, which is above realistic, and basically you can't look through walls, you can't mark and execute. You can mark, but you can't execute. It makes it really hard, basically. I haven't played it, but I saw the description. But if you're one of those people who want like a hardcore stealth game, get Splinter Cell. Look at my eyes, get Splinter Cell. But yeah, it's a great game. It's really good. Now, some of the cons. Sometimes, even though it brings back some of the old Splinter Cell ways, I will say sometimes the AI, every once in a while, they'll do stupid things, or like sometimes I've taken out enemies right in front of them, and they'll just walk off. Like the game just couldn't register that I did that, or something. Like it doesn't happen too often. I'm not saying that it messes up the game, but I'm just saying every once in a while I'll run into weird stuff. Like just AI just is just stupid, basically. Or just that they do things where you just like, how could they not have seen that? Or you know what I mean? You know how AI gets it. But like I said before, no game is perfect. It's impossible for games to be perfect. So of course there's gonna be bugs, gonna be things here and there. And as big as the game is, I mean, really, I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't more. But that's how I see that. I think this is one of my only major cons. That for the single player. For the multiplayer, they return back with Spies vs. Mercs. And there's also co-op missions you can do. There's it brings back Infiltration, Hunter, all that. And it also has co-op stories you can do with Briggs, and I'm pretty sure there's even more stuff that I even haven't played yet because I haven't done much of multiplayer, but I've done a lot of co-op missions with my friend online. So as far as the Spies vs. Mercs, it's good. They bring back the they bring back Spies vs. Mercs, but there is one big complaint that I have for it, and that sometimes it feels like, sometimes I feel like the spies are too powerful, then other times I feel like the mercs are too powerful, and then sometimes I feel like they're too similar. Like, what I mean by that is not the fact that they all have weapons. What I'm saying is I remember in the Double Agent, I really felt like a ninja, like an actual agent, like, going through vents, climbing down pipes, having this huge area where you could just climb up stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. In Blacklist, in this thing, I've only played like 2 or 3 maps. But in Blacklist so far, I haven't seen any maps that really support that type of gameplay. Like, I found myself a lot of times with Merc, I found myself getting killed by the and a lot of times as a spy, I found myself getting killed off by the Merc. A lot of times I found myself just running through the doors instead of finding some new cool way to get through. What I'm saying is sometimes I think it's the level design. Something makes the combat feel a little a little off balance. Also, they did change things like, in the old game, you would hold like LT, and then your character would hack from his arm, from his upside, whatever you would call it. And the further you were from it, the slower the hack would go. And so the faster you are too, like it's kind of like Wi-Fi speed. If I'm staying right next to it, it would hack really fast. But in this game, what they did was you have to actually get close to the machine, then start the hack. Then you can go and then you're stuck to a zone where you have the certain zone that you have to stay in, and now the hack goes at the same speed, but basically you pretty much have to play run around with with the mercs, and also one person can only hack at one particular point. And once that hacker gets killed, you have to go back and then reconfigure the hack. I didn't like how they did that. I wish they had kept it the old way where multiple people can hack, or people can hack at this certain console. Multiple people can go at it, so that way that way you have 4 people on. You always know there's somebody. People are still downloading the information if you get killed. And I don't know. I think and you guys maybe have explained it better than me, but there's just something that feels a little off about the Spies vs. Mercs. It's still fun, but it's not quite the same. It is the same, but it's not at the same time. But really, besides that, besides the AI, the problems with Spies vs. Mercs, and also my third and final complaint is, I won't get into specifics, but sometimes the story does feel a little weak and irrelevant. I won't say irrelevant, but like it's not as personal and engaging as Conviction and Double Agent. Something about it is kind of missing on that. So it does. So sometimes, like after so many missions, you just kind of find yourself, okay, so this is happening, that is happening. I'm going here. I won't get into specifics. I'll talk more about that in the spoiler review. But the story's not bad, but I do think I will have to play it again just to kind of really see what's going on. Because after a while, I just like, okay, next mission, go here, stop this, do that, But let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like the game? Have you played it? Are you going to get it? Let me know. Rate, comment, favorite, subscribe. And I will have a spoiler review video coming later on tonight. I just have to go to class. And I'll see you guys later. Curtin 6693 out.